We started our trip from Kansas City and flew to Chicago and then London, and then we finally got to South Africa like a day later. And first we went to the safari, we went to Kruger National Park, and that was a pretty crazy experience. We got to sleep in little kind of tents, and then during the day we took our rented van out onto all these trails, and you literally just see all these animals. You see elephants and zebras, giraffes, basically anything that you wouldn't see here. And we flew down to Cape Town, and that's where we stayed for the rest of the week. One morning, a couple of us went shark diving actually, so we got up at like 6 in the morning, drove an hour to go to this place where you can go shark diving. So we get out there, out in the ocean. It's for my first time ever being on the ocean. Kind of scary, but kind of cool at the same time. We put on our wetsuits, and then they like drop this cage over the boat, and all of a sudden they're like, all right, get in. So you get in, you're just kind of swimming here on this cage, and then the next thing I know is that like there's a shark coming at you, and you gotta like look under to find it and stuff. And so that was a pretty cool experience. We got this really good kind of tour guide. It was actually a professor that we hooked up with, and he was a like mountain climber. So he like was like on the rescue team for if like something goes wrong on hills and stuff, he can go up there. So he basically showed us the entire Cape Town, and he had actually grown up during the apartheid, which is when people are separated by race. So he had some like really touching stories about kind of the past of South Africa and where it's going and what he thought about it. So I think that was kind of the coolest thing, is just learning from him, because if I had gone over there like with just my family or myself, I would have never seen that guy and been able to do all that stuff. Kind of the cool thing about this study abroad from the other study abroads that the School of Engineering has right now is that we were able to put on an engineering camp for some of the kids who come from the townships, which is like the slums. So we went there, and these kids were like high schoolers, so they're only a few years younger than us. And there's also the kids that they want to be there, like the kids that chose to come to this instead of their summer. So doing that was really cool. We taught them different principles about engineering, and then we got to know them a little bit. I never used to really have a big urge to go somewhere else, but now I think just the culture and like seeing all the different aspects that other people experience is super important to become just a overall smart, culturally diverse person.